A warm welcome by ChefHarpalSingh Soki. Now, to all the beginners who want to learn cooking, let's start with the basics. Now, the basics begin with how to boil rice. Basic, absolutely, the startup level. I'm sure many of them would say, no, I want to learn how to boil water. It's pretty simple. Put a pan here with water in it and up in the stove. As the water starts boiling, so the water is boiling. That's how you begin. But how to boil rice? This is very important. Now, to boil rice, you need to fill a pan of water and let it boil first. Now, for making rice for a family of 4, you need 2 cups of rice, which should be good enough for 4 people. Now, this is 2 cups of rice. I'm going to soak this in enough water. First, you need to actually wash the rice and remove the excess starch on top. Okay, so you see the water becomes milky because that's when the excess starch is removed. So I'm going to strain this up. Wash it twice. Now, what's going to happen is, when you're boiling rice, the water will not be so cloudy, so you would be able to see the rice. And secondly, when the excess starch on top is bleached, boiling becomes easier. The water does not become starchy, hence the grains of rice puff up well. So now that I've washed it twice, I will soak this rice in water for 15 minutes. Now, since I'm using Basmati rice, 15 to 20 minutes is good enough. But most Basmati rice brands would instruct you how much time would you soak the rice. Generally 15 to 20 minutes, not more than that. Now, to this boiling water, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, 1 tablespoon, and the rice that I've soaked for 20 minutes, I'm going to drain and add to the hot water. Very important that when you are boiling rice like this, it becomes nice and light because all the starch generally bleaches away and what is left is nice fluffy rice. Hence, boiling the rice by the draining method makes the rice nice and light. So that's not so heavy to eat because you've drained out quite a lot of carbohydrates from there. So here I'm going to cover and going to cook and keep stirring in between. Okay, this should take about 8 to 10 minutes of cooking, and then we're going to drain the excess water and drain it through a colander. So this is draining method. While cooking rice, there are many more methods. Rice are different kinds that are available in India. This is draining method. There's an absorption method which you cook in a rice cooker, in a pressure cooker where you don't drain the water. That rice is quite heavy to eat. Now the rice that you see is absolutely done, long grain. Now the most important thing is you need to keep stirring. Water has to be always in excess. So what you need to do is keep a strainer, keep a rice strainer besides you and a bowl so that you keep straining in here. You see the rice, nice and fluffy, long grain. 2 cups, good enough for a family of 4. That's the measurement. I'll drain the excess water. Now, as you drain the rice off, if you think few methods, few things you need to know absolutely on the spot. 1, if you think your rice is little overcooked, immediately spread it in a big tray, keep it below a fan. If you're making Chinese fried rice, you need to have the rice which is just cooked, spread in a tray, keep it under a fan, cool it up, and then make Chinese fried rice. You're making any kind of tossed pulao, you need to do the same thing. And if it is little overcooked, then again you need to spread it so that it dries up fast. I'm going to do the same. My rice is ready here and you need to spread this up. There you go. 2 cups of rice gives you so much quantity, which I think is good enough for a family of 4, especially when you have rice, chapati, dal and vegetables served as a meal. And basmati rice is always an excitement to eat. Happy cooking, happy dining.